All right, so today's video, we're watching a Silver 3 support on PC play Ana on Midtown. They say, in today's video, we're watching... Okay, first of all, I want to reiterate, this is a quote from the person that posted this, okay? They say, in today's video, we're watching a Trash 5 support on PC playing Ana on Midtown. This is their description. And then they put in quotes, they say, I started playing comp again this season after the rank reset and realized right away it placed me too high at Silver 2, despite me losing most of my placements. I got carried this match with my tank and other support doing most of it. I won't spoil how this ends, but I had no business being as close as it was, even if it wasn't as terrible as I am. We probably would have rolled. What holds me back? Only a few things. Piss poor positioning, complete lack of game sense, and the aim mechanical skill of a walnut at best. Or maybe that isn't holding me back. Maybe I'm playing 100% perfect Overwatch and it's my teammates holding me back. Joking, of course. Whoever would blame their own shortcomings on their team. I absolutely love the Spectating videos. I watch YouTube every day, and I welcome any and all feedback. Like how they started off with Trash 5 support. That was their quote. I didn't make that one up. That was their quote, okay? Just so you know, that was their quote. All right, we'll see what you got. We'll see what we can fix. We got this. First of all, you're set up here. Okay, you're good. Let's see what happens.
I'm here. Keep fighting.
Hey, first of all, you're saying you don't know if you're doing well or not. Good on a grenade. I'm not a fan of the necessarily your positioning or where it's at, but that's because your teammates are playing there, so it is what it is, right? It happens, no worries.
Keep fighting.
Yeah, so just to kind of make it clear here, two things. One, like if you really want to know, like on this map, this is not the most ideal setup just because of you have no escape after a certain point here, hence why the Ramatra fell over. But I also understand it's silver, so it plays differently, right? So you're doing the best that you can positionally here. You're fine. When you were missing your shots and your teammate in front of you, a way to go about it is to say that your teammate just has really good movement. You don't have bad aim, right? That's what I do. If I miss all my shots, I just go, damn, my teammates have great movement. That's what it is, surely, right? It's not because I'm missing my shots. It's because my teammate has great movement, right? I would go double grenade here because it's fun, by the way. Your position and still, once again, is a little bit... Especially when you lost your Ramatra, you want to start playing further back. Like, this is just staying up there for too long. I think, and that's a tendency I see a lot in certain ranks, is where, like, the team fight happens really close up front. But on top of that, like, no one disengages either. Like, you'll lose your tank, and, like, normally when you lose your tank, like, the first reaction is, like, we'll let this, like, team fight go on over there. Like, your first reaction when you lose a Ramatra here is like, okay, we lost our Ramatra, let's back up, right? Like, that's what you would do. So, regardless of rank, I think you can still get into that mindset of, hey, listen, if we end up feeding up really far up here, we should back away, right? And we should reset and make a play off of that. Clearly, it didn't matter. Your teammates ended up winning it. Now you have Nano. I would save it for Ramatra. I would definitely give it to Ramatra. I would be... Okay, now wait on the next Nemesis form. Okay, that's Nemesis form. That counts. That counts as the next Nemesis form. Guaranteed kill on the May. Okay. Well, that May survived.
I've got you. This ends now. Touch now. I keep you up.
Okay. I mean, like a lot of what's happening here is you're not even playing as bad as you think you are. You're kind of just playing at the pace of your team, right? I talk about it a lot where sometimes you just need to play at the pace of your team. one thing's for sure, you're playing at the pace of your team. The only thing I would recommend is consistently working on just making sure you're positioning correctly when your team is aggressive. But even then, like, it's been fine. Like, I don't like the positioning you were in at the beginning, but that's more because of what your teammates are playing. If your teammates play there and you don't position in a way that helps your team, you're going to lose a team fight, right? So it makes sense that you're... Like, this is... Like, real talk? Like, if you want me to... Like, real talk. Like, this is a good setup for you. Even being in silver, because you were talking about how, like, you're trash can 5 or whatever. Also, want to point out, chat, this is a mailbox, not a trash can. Oh, wait, no. Is this a trash can? I forgot. This is a trash can. Or a mailbox. Okay, never mind. Back to this. Like, this is fine. You're in the right spot. Like, if your teammates overextend... Right? If your teammates overextend here, right? Like, that's their problem. Like, this is going to be their fault if they overextend here. So you are actually in a good spot. Even in being in silver, like, this is good. This is going to win you games by you just being back here, straight up. So what I don't want to see you do is move all the way up to here. Now, if you have to readjust your position to, like, angle here or something, I get that, right? But I don't want to see you move up to where they're at. Otherwise, you're going to fall over eventually. Okay? You're in a good spot. I want to point that out. This is good.
I see you. That's not the same.
Now you have Nano again. You can Nano Ramatra when they have Nemesis form. This is actually, okay, this is a really good pause for me to, like, segue to a different point. Because I think this is a good way to explain something I talk about on stream a lot. You know how I talk about, like, you know how I kind of talk about positioning? I'm not positioning, but, like, how creating space as a tank is, like, a really big part of like, creating space. Like, in, like, giving your... And I don't know, I don't, like, explain space as well as I could. Do you notice how different the point of view it was for the Ana as the Ramatra gave up the space and, like, gave up the map control? Like, do you remember, like, the difference between what it was like when the tank was here and when the tank is here, and how much, like, less room the Ana has now, and how, like, it's getting, like, the team fight's getting a lot closer? This is what I talk about with creating space. It's like, that's what that, like, when you can create distance from your teammates and, like, force them to fight you in spots that are not good, the rest of your teammates benefit greatly. As you give up space or never take or create that space, this is what the point of view starts to look like for, like, your Ana, where, like, before the Ana could sit back there, be in a good spot, then when you lose your space creation, which is why it's so important to at least be somewhat aggressive on tank, not feed into their backline aggressive, but aggressive enough to create that space for your teammates, is so much better. Yep. Bouncy nade perk is the correct one. Truthfully, in my opinion, a little bit of aggressive nano probably didn't need it, but it is what it is. The sleep one is really good if you're going to play against, like, a Wrecking Ball, a Doomfist, maybe even like just a dive tank in general. I've described the perks as this. The sweaty perk is the sleep one. It's very effective. It's good no matter what. The Honor Grenade double one's the more arcadey, chaotic, fun one. You can't go wrong with either or. Unless, of course, like I said, if you say you load into a game and you know, right? And you know it's a Wrecking Ball, like, that would be good. But, like, let's be real here, and this goes for me too, even where, like, my support rank is at. It is 10 times easier for me to throw a grenade at the floor and get a double grenade than it is for me to hit a consistent sleep. So, if, like, you don't think you're gonna hit a consistent sleep, I think it's totally okay to play completely, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going for a little bit of damage there. Position solid, because you can hide behind the... Okay. And chat, you can agree or disagree with me on this one. I don't think this Ana is getting carried. And I could begin to argue that, like, you're not playing as bad as you think you are. Like, you have good positioning. Your mechanics are pretty solid. Like you said, you mentioned your aim. Like, your aim has been, like, for being in silver, has been fine. You constantly position in good spots. Like, if anything, you're enabling your teammates to be able to make good plays. No, this is not my game. This is your question was, oh, my teammate's carrying you, but, like, if I'll be real with you, I think this is like you're helping your team, like, win team fights. Outside of that Ana grenade right there. Even then, you survive that. Yeah, I think you're playing better than you think you are. No, this is not me on chat. Listen, that was a fun video. We might do one again in the future, but it's not going to be 2 days later, okay? I mean, great nano, great. Like, that was great.
Stand up straight.
60 seconds.
Yeah, the thing is like, and this is something that a lot of people can like, just like in general for being in, and you mentioned like you're in silver, like every team fight, I watch you prioritize positioning. Like you're doing everything that you want to do correctly. I actually don't think like, I think if you just keep at it, you're going to climb. I really think like you're constantly thinking about things that we've talked about, like where after the fight's over, you go prioritize position. You're doing a lot of things correctly. Straight up. Aggressive on a grenade. Oh, the bounce. There you go. You got Soldier with it. Play to the right side. Dude, I mean, like, you made the exact perfect, like, rotation through the sim wall. Because they can't do anything to you there. Look at your teammates for a second. There you go. That's on your Amato for backing up, but you could have kept him alive a little bit more. Sometimes, like, the tank will feel obligated to fall back to the corner a little bit. I would reset now. I would just, real talk. Okay. See, I'm in a unique spot with this one because like if this was in like a top 500 game, I would be out of here immediately. Like this, I would have to back out immediately. This would not be ideal, right? Like this would not be ideal. But it's silver, so you could probably get away with this more, right? You know what I mean? Like you could probably get away with this more because no one's going for you. If they're not going to go for you, it's like, do I tell them to just jump down in the cart and reset, or do I say, hey, if they're not going to go for you, you have opportunity here because you still have a Moira who can keep your tank alive. You know, I think like, you know what? I want to see where this goes. I want to see where this goes. Well, that was probably the last thing I expected to happen there, but all right. Oh boy. Looks like me when I was trying to do a bounce pass to somebody and that thing went flying over their head. Nano. Good nano. There you go. Yeah, so I'm gonna call that the overtime nerf, where once overtime hits, everybody forgets how to play the game. So that's what I'm gonna call that one. I'm gonna call that the overtime nerf, where everybody in the game just forgets how to play Overwatch, including myself, and we all just start missing all of our shots, and we don't know what to do, and then things get wild, and then but you still won. So you know what? It worked out perfectly. It happens. We've all been there. We've all had the overtime nerf, but it worked out. I mean, you held. Your team did well, and I still think you're doing better than you expect. Obviously, like, you know, it could have been a better last team fight there, but I think it was fine. Like, I didn't really see anything, like, really bad out of you from your teamwork, if I'm going to be real with you here. Like, I didn't see anything like, oh no, like, this is crazy. Like, I think you played pretty fine. Like, I don't think you're as bad as you think you are. So, that's good. That's a good thing. Even you went out of the correct doorway. The don't take spam one. I walk out of the take spam one. Remember, you don't have double on a grenade now.
No recovery.
That was interesting. I don't know if anybody's had this, but like when you start the round of the next round, you forget you don't have your perks again, and you start trying to use your perks correctly, or use your perks. So like you'll have double on a grenade, and you go to make a double on a grenade play, and you're like, whoops. Still a good sequence, and like, once again, you clearly are understanding the position inside, and the position inside is helping you so much, I don't even think you realize. Am I a groggy or a bouncy nade enjoyer? Bouncy nade. Every day of the week for me, bouncy nade. Doesn't mean the groggy one's bad. I think it's a very, very good one. I was explaining it a little bit earlier.
I'm claiming the objective.
Here we go.
My power emanates.
All right. Good first point. I mean, positioning was great. I mean, look at this, chat. Instead of going up and, like, just feeding in, sets up on a high ground up here to be able to help, like, for the high ground and to help the people on cart. I'm very happy with the progress we've seen. I don't even know, like, progress, like, just the gameplay in general. I mean, look at this. You get, like, a free view of their high ground. Obviously, they Maywalled you, which is that's a kind of a random Maywall to begin with. Anyway, that's more of a good Maywall than it is, like, a bad play by you. Get your sleep. Nice. You need to help your Ramatra, though. You're... Okay. I still think you should have helped your Ramatra in this situation. This right here is probably the first thing outside of, like, you know, the end of the last round where I've seen you kind of do something not as ideal. So what you need to do in this situation, at least in my opinion, is try to set yourself up in a spot to go heal your tank and not be tunnel visioned by the person behind. Like right here, your tank could have easily died here. Thankfully, your Moira was there. But at a certain point, like your teammate was really, really low, your Ramatra, and it's a very, very good chance they could have fallen over. Apparently, they're just relaxing over here. Why does it look like Ramatra is just crouched in the air and put up the peace sign? Like, why does it look like Ramatra's saying, see you later? Like, what is there? Like, look at that. Oh, man. But point, anyway, back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying. Don't get tunnel visioned here trying to help your Echo. Your Echo is not making it easy on you to begin with. I want to kind of give you an idea. You didn't do anything, like, in this part to help your Echo to begin with, outside of, like, a random honor grenade, which I think it went this way. Point being, your Echo loses that? What the heck is going on over here? He just left his cape. Okay. Anyway, yeah, don't tunnel that. Heal your tank main. I get, like, that you want to help here, but sometimes, like, your teammates are just isolated in 1v1s.
Thank you. Hello there.
So,
Repositioning.
how is that my... First of all, how am I getting... You said that's me after... That Roger is doing my reaction after missing 3 Widow shots? How does my Widow get brought up into this? You could nano your Ramatra. Yep, good nano. All right, I mean, that was kind of just like a good Ana grenade from the other Ana, and they made a good play. I don't know what perk you picked yet. I'm sure you did. It's just like, doesn't... Or you're picking your perks now. Watch out. Uh-oh. Good sleep. What the heck?
What's that? I'm
under attack.
I appreciate the support.
Definitely double Ana grenade. Run! Remember, prioritize position, and you're starting to go aggressively into their team. So, I want you to still consistently do that. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I definitely do know there's a replay glitch with those. I 100% agree with you on that one. Yep. That one I agree with you on. They quick-scoped. Quick-scoping's like... I feel like that comes with just like a play styles adjustment over time. I started the quick-scope a little bit more, but it took me a while to get to that point. All right, back to your spot. So this is a good time to remind, like, so some people have been mentioning that you're scoping in, like, a lot. And for the most part, it's been fine. But, like, this is where you become a lot easier to hit there. Like, man, okay, we're going to play a risk-reward here, okay? We're going to play a risk-reward. Don't crash. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was, it's one reason why it's good to eventually learn. And I can show it now. Listen, there was no technical difficulties at all. We got here in no time, right, chat? don't get me wrong, scoping in's good, but I do think at one point you want to make it a part of your repertoire to like basically be able to unscoped aim when you need to. So when you watch from the maze point of view, and I can't rewind it, so we got to watch it the first time here. I want you to see what it looks like when you're just scoped in and you're like tunnel visioned on somebody, okay? Watch this. Like, this is why you fall over. Do you see yourself up there? Look at this. They're shooting at you for a while, right? Do you see how easy of a kill that was? Now, from your point of view the whole time, you're just looking at your, like, the whole time you were up there, you were just healing your teammate, right? They just see a scoped in Ana not moving. They were shooting at you for a while. And you're not even realizing that because you're kind of, like, locked in like that. So sometimes it's good to, like, know when to unscope or how to, like, re-angle yourself. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase that. That was definitely worth the 25-minute rewind we had to do to get back to here. Nano Ramatra. Okay. I mean, you didn't have to nano him, but okay, I was gonna say, like, but I think it's just like win the team fight. Something I always say is I'd rather see you win a team fight. I'd rather see you win a team fight than sit there wishing you'd use your ultimate. That's how I always say it. How do you get your VOD reviewed? No guarantee, but my Discord. No guarantee, but my Discord.
Well executed.
What rank is this? Silver. Which I think they've been playing pretty well for silver. You can honor grenade now, they claim. Good double honor grenade to pick up some ult charge. That's fine. No, for silver, I think they've been playing very well. At least in my opinion. I feel like they've been playing very well. Here we go.
Taking care of you.
We will shield you for now.
I'm here. Keep fighting. No recovery.
Surrender to my will.
Walini Widdick.
That's fine.
Need to reload.
There you go.
My ultimate is almost ready.
All right, so up next, I would say, good job, by the way. You've been playing great. Outside of the sleep, obviously, but, like, listen, we all miss sleep sometimes, okay? That's also why I say go the double grenade, because if you go the double grenade, then you can miss more. It's great. I would say just nano your Echo or your Ramatra here. I would not nano your Genji unless you feel like they're going to pop off. I just feel like your other two teammates are going to have a lot more value on that one. So I would nano your Ramatra or your Echo. Either or is fine, but I would do it... I'm gonna pause. This is why I think it's really important, one, to learn how to, like, unscope at times, but, like, two, I want you to be aggressive with this nano. Like, you don't want to give, I always say, you don't want to give the team opportunity, right, to make a play. Like, the longer you wait, the more likely a play can be made. And that's, like, the last thing you want to do. You get what I'm saying?
Capabilities maxed.
I'm not finished.
Be proactive. Be proactive is basically what I'm getting at. Nano your Ramatra the moment you get it. Hey, maybe it was all part of your plan to get the sickest, like, nano ever to win the game at the end. Yeah, it was all part of the plan. Let the Mei run at you and roll you, so that way you could have the sickest nano. In my opinion, you would have already won the team fight by then. Good job. Well played. So, like real talk. Oh, no. I'm going to try something, chat. This is a risk reward. We're good. Okay. So, the good news is, at least from my opinion, I think you played very well. Like, I think, like, yeah, we got the reward on that one. I know. Listen, wait, last time it was the risk reward. Our game crashed. That one, we got the reward. But, real talk, like, you mentioned you called yourself, like, Trash 5. I'll be honest with you. I think you were playing just fine. For being in silver, like, if I watched this VOD without knowing your rank, I probably wouldn't have guessed silver. Now, let me explain why. It's not about, like, people can be like, yeah, but, like, look what happened here. Look what happened there. You could tell this and that. If I was just watching the player, right? your positioning was great. Like you had like your positioning is exactly why I constantly tell people to work on your positioning. And the reason being is because even if you struggle in some areas when you're playing, if you put yourself in good positioning, you're gonna have better results. Because look how much this Ana can sit in the back, right? And just vibe. Okay? And just vibe and like heal people and like make plays. Like when you don't have people up in your face the whole time, you can just like do whatever, like and just make plays. Like you played that great. So point I'm making is, one, I think you're better than you think you are on that one. Positioning was great. Things you need to work on. I do think it would be a good idea to work on both your scoped and unscoped aim. To give you an idea, the difference is when you're unscoped, it's projectile, so it has a little bit of a delay to it, but they don't see your where you're aiming at, which is why it's important. So let me give you an example. When you're zoomed in as Ana, and it's hit scan, so it goes to where it is, but when you're zoomed in, it also shows you where your shots go. Like they can see you. Like say you're zoomed in, you can see like that whole trail of where you're coming from. If you're unscoped, they can't see that. They can only hear it, so it gives you more opportunity to like kind of be sneaky or like be in spots where they can't see you. So basically, I would work on that a lot. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive with nanos, but I actually thought your gameplay was pretty good for silver. Like I think the reason why you placed where you placed, even if you lost games, because you're just not as, I don't think you're as bad as you think you are. So I'd say keep it up. Next thing you know, I think you'll be in gold. I think there were some good things you had here, and yeah, work on a couple of those things we said, and you'll climb. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all the YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. All of it helps. You want to submit your own spectating, Discord is where you do that in the description below. Also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. Also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day /night.